Good morning, good people. Good afternoon, good people. My friends, Kitalo nnyo. Rest in peace, Alex Mukulu. Hey, you people. I received the news yesterday and I was surprised. I was shocked. And he shares the same age with my mom. 1954, that's when he was born. So my mom today, she would be 72. That's their generation. But I want to bring you in as ever, because people always ask, KEGUS, you know everything. You seem to have been everywhere during the times when things were happening. I know things today are happening, things are happening, things still happen. You have social media now, you have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have TikTok, you have this. But there are so many things that fall in between the cracks. So many things people don't really many people would know Alex Mukulu from the recent his latter years, when I think he made a return back to the media. He did a program called, it was on BBC, Bucket TV, something like, it was an imitation of X Factor. That's what I would say. And he made a very big impact. And it really shook the audience. Let me tell you this. Alex Mukulu was ahead of his time. And in academia, this is what they call scholarly. People are not even seeing what you're all about. And a lot is being spoken about him, and a little bit of his biography. Kololo High School. Kololo High School was in Kololo. People tell me, Kololo High School, you're producing abana bayitirivu nnyo. It was an academic giant school. Kololo High School. There was Kololo SS, City High. Gonna agali mu kifo kyekimu, some area. City High. There was also City Primary, Kitante Hill, Kitante Primary School, Kololo SS, Kololo High. Kololo High, all boxers. Baitanga waffe wali e Kamocha nga bakola road work. Banyakana. I told you Nyakana inspired me to love boxing. I used to see him jogging every morning. Then they would go up to Kaleirwe and come back. Just many years ago, 1990, 89, 91, senior 4 vacation. Nze bikonde mbiyingira mu senior 6. Courtesy of William Aguma, Kampala Boxing Club. William Aguma was my classmate in where? In Makerere High School. So let's come back. Now, those who don't know, Alex Mukulu wrote a play. Oh, he wrote a play. It was a social critique, social attack. That play was called 30 Years of Bananas. And again, that I watched that play at National Theatre. Hey, you would want to go in and back and watch it again and again and again. Because you didn't understand. It was very much designed to get into your psychic. Because remember, we were just coming through the shock of the Museveni War, 1981, 1986. And he was depicting so much that wasn't right. I wouldn't use the word wrong, but so much that wasn't right in terms of, and he uses analogies, 30 years of bananas. Now he used the effigies. You remember the effigies? Effigies bibanga bibumbe ku stage. Kakati mwalimu ekibumbe. Okay, mwalimu ekibumbe cha the first president of Uganda. Muchimanyi Frederick Mutesa is the first president of Uganda. My dad's personal friend. Yes. Rakuba tekiri much emphasized nnyo, and then it is usurped by the Obote. Obote wants and then, but the first president of Uganda was Sir Frederick Mutesa too. A very good friend of my dad. They used to play football together. Now, you already know these things. I always come back to them. Then there was the effigy of Obote. One guy is still a young man. Then there's an effigy of Idi Amin. Then there's an effigy of Obote. Two guys is older now. And for some reason, there was an effigy of Paulo Mwanga. I think there he mixed it up, presenting Irule and Vina Isa. And of course, we had the military commission. That's the 1980 military commission, Mujimanyi Yerefuga Uganda. After the liberation by the Tanzanians. Remember the Tanzanian war when they attacked Uganda, or Uganda attacked Tanzania? It was trivial, but of course it was meant to push out Idi Amin, and that would usher Uganda into a new era. Kati Alex Mukulu captures all that and summarizes it in a play. I get a chance to see him. At a certain age, I think that was the prime of his time. Obwongo buba bwesera. Kati nga oba olaba ebintu bingi nnyo. I can give you my example. Even me when I was in my 20s, I told you the world was a very, very big place for me. Nga buli kimu kyenso, I could do anything. But now, people would say, KEGUS go slow and sit down. KEGUS atakulaba. There was nothing I couldn't do. Kabe mukazi. I'm telling you people. Fe ebintu bye tukoze tebikolebwa abantu ba bulijjo. Ebintu Alex Mukulu bye yakola. Kakati that play, those who don't know, caused a bit of controversy. Never banning omuzannyo ogwo. But let me bring you to the foyer. Kati, for him, he had set the pedestal. Kati, theater back in those days. It's called. You're right. I'm already here. I'll see you in a bit. Eh? Yeah, right. All right. Cool.
Are you doing good?
I'm okay. I'll see you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Kakati, agenda ku defining ekintu kyebayita theater in Uganda. Remember, in the 70s, are you with me, people? Munagala mutegere ekintu kyegeza ko banyonyola. I don't think Uganda in the 70s was a one-man state. There was a state of fear. There was a state of so many things were wrong. come the 80s, things begin to loosen up. Kakati ze nyinzo babuza nti mumanyi katolu lwamaji yetandikira. Temubimanyi. Mujjukira John Jones. I don't know that people remember these things. Temwabirabako. John Jones was a satire of a clumsy. Oba mujjukira Didi's comedy show. Didi's. Kakati ne bakola imitation y'ekintu ekyo katolu bwama ng'ajja mu masomero. Honestly, all the kids used to pay up to watch John Jones. Temulabe ku bintu bino bana, if you have not seen these things. Ng'ali eryevu nayambala sijui muzungu tania bidangarizi akola ebintu ebiri funny, and we thrived off that. Kakati, that was the type of caricature theater that was going on around. Kati theater yali yafadda. Byali byafadda. Kati that came about with the rise of the Kadongo Kamu. Kadongo Kamu. They used to do circuits, like one or two cheetah. What's the word I can use? There's a word which would explain that very, very well. But they would do circuits, batambula, different bars, playing with one instrument. Later on, it would mushroom into bands or groups. Mutebi and the picking guitarist. Livingstone, Jaruvanuma, Kasozi, of course. Let's talk about the Ebonies. The benchmarks begin to be positioned. Then it would give rise to theater excellence. Riverside Theater, Pride Theater, Atenebi Wologoma. A theater bagitanga, but that is now, it used to be a temple during the 70s and the 60s. Mubi Wologoma, I don't remember the name. There's a name they used to call it. Sawaya Queen, is it? No, the name is gone. But along those lines, Wologoma, there used to be two statues on the gate, on the entrance. One statue on the left, one statue on the right. Never itawo Wologoma. Namulimus Gondi Theater. But Nakatemba. Hey, you people. You don't know. Kakati be happening under the influence of Alex Mukulu. He pioneers a new change in theater, in entertainment, local drama. Ngagenda akola gundi. In fact, he had to call in the 70s. But Itanga Impact International. That was his group. Later on, it would change to Research International. But I'm coming to that in a minute. Kati, ngawe mulaba emizanyo gino. If you've been to theaters, people, are you familiar with theater? You always have the big cast of actors, singers, and everything. Abawala no bangi nnyo bayita mu bintu ebyo. Abawala bangi nnyo n'abavubuka bangi nnyo abali mu America yayamba abantu bayitirivu nnyo. Nanti kati it was the avenue. Kati ayingiddemu n'abazungu. Kakati kino ekintu kino at its climax, the 30 years of bananas, those the government nebeera suspicious nti kirabika kirimu ebirala. There are many things behind. When kakati that's 90s, katwigenda kwiga 90s. Museveni avuga kintu kye ekya 10 years kyatugamba 10-point program 10 years mfuge bakwase ensi yammwe mu 96 ebyo tubijjukira twabirala ku TV Museveni ng'akola zirale n'ayogera abantu nga baloba ne bawuliriza naye by 96 it was beginning to weather. So I think kind of it alienates people. People feel like disenfranchised, you know what I mean? So I think when that play came about, there were many other plays he did, Wounds of Africa, whatever. Those were later on outfits. Naye kino, it's 30 years of Bananas. Actually, let's go back. Impact International was his group. Fuse International, kati ngena bawa case study, reference point, reference to something. Mumanyi Kefa Sempanji, Africa Foundation, same, which Father Ghana. Kefa Sempanji, yamba ngaba street children. Ngafuna donations and everything, money from abroad. Hello, my friend. I haven't seen you for a long time.
Yeah, I come in different time because mom is hospital.
Okay.
So that's why coming like sometime 12 o'clock.
Right.
Sometime early.
Okay.
I miss Jim also.
No, it's fine. At least you're
yeah,
trying
but still a little bit coming here.
to balance everything.
Yeah, balance. Everything okay?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Nice to see you.
All right. Have a
Take
good
care.
Sunday.
You too. Yeah.
I'll see you next
God
time.
bless you. Take
All
care.
right. All right. Yeah. Kakati Africa Foundation eyo ng'erimu abazungu bangi. Kakati ebyo byonna oba olaba Kefa Sempanji nze nagendayo kewuwe era byali byakuyimba ng'alina abaana abayimba akoze ebintu bingi nnyo era biri abaana bonna abayita mu Kefa Sempanji. I think they should come back together, beegatte bakole legacy. Mutemulabye ku bintu, people you haven't seen things. That is the same similar template of Impact International, and for some reason it would fade away. Ekintu kyazikira omulundi gumu. Now I'm just learning, watching some videos, that he was imprisoned. Sabi manya ebyo nali Kenya. That's around 94, 95, 96. Sabi manya nali Kenya. Oh, olwo nenva ne mu bintu kubanga bino byali bya ssomero. This was all about school. You know, I was very, very active in drama. Very, very active in drama. Going back in my O level, going back in my A level. I've always talked about the music, dance, and drama festival we held at Makerere High School that has never been done again. It's never. And we pulled it off because of the knowledge I had. With Makerere University Music, Dance, and Drama faculty, there was a Ghanaian lady there, a very good friend of mine. She was a visiting professor. Yeah. I would love to see her again one day if she's still there. I don't think she's at Makerere University. Probably she went back to Ghana. Yeah, she probably returned back to Ghana. Kati ndoza mutegere emboozi kyengamba. The impact Alex Mukulu would imprint in the changing of theatre. Kati ebyennaku zino sijja balimba tebirivinga up to. Of course sijja gamba nti ndi Uganda mbitegeera naye with the social media things would be even far up, would be far beyond in the stratosphere, you know what I mean? Omuzannyo gwa bananas ogwo. I'm telling you, gwali controversial for the time. Omanyi buli kimu kirina time and place. Nekiraba, was it a political attack on the establishment? Was it a critical, evaluation of the country at large? Or it wasn't personal? Well, I don't think Alex Mukulu, rest in peace, who had any political inclination. No. He was just gifted, he was just talented, he was just a genius. And I would have loved to see him again, but unfortunately, it's not happened. Nali mwana muto, was a teenager. He was so much influenced and inspired. Kakati, from seeing various videos, he talks about going to America. Kakati, I think that is the time he went. Many things can overwhelm you, and for obvious reasons or for any other reason, you say, no, to hell. And then he would pick up from where he had left. But of course, the world was changing, everything was changing, and he would embrace much of what was going on with the new generation. But remember, the older you get, the more you let go. The more you let go. Mukulu was always everywhere in Kampala. Kakati, we had the BBC Telefania, the so-called, he became revered. People couldn't understand. That is, and I don't think he was lifted to where he should be. That is my opinion. I've watched his interview where he talks about his life and all his background and all things about yourself, and you can see somebody trying to reminisce, reminiscent. At a certain time in his life, and now it's like he's passed the torch to the new generation, and it's up to them to kind of spearhead the next direction. Nenga theater in Uganda wouldn't be what it is without that man. He's an icon. It's like people can say, KEGUS, toba kugenda London, abamu tetwandize London, try to be oblivious. We didn't know nothing. Twalabanga muvubuka nyirira mu Kampala, muvubuka moto, he's made it. Ngati batugamba nti aba London. Aine nyamba abantu bangi nnyo. Nayamba abantu bangi nnyo kufuna visa. Bangi. Ne girlfriend gwe nasooka kujja naye nze namuteeka ku yandize London. Yandize London. Tugamba. So, kyebagamba nti, give me my flowers. And what I heard from yesterday, that he took ill, or he had been ill for some time. Of course, at 72, your body is it's not like you're 25. It's not like you're in your prime. You're pretty much winding down. But There was another commentary. Somebody was talking of cancer. And he had been battling with cancer, which for some time was under remission. I've been battling with blood pressure. And you all know, you've seen me in the hospital, you've seen me surviving heart scares, whatever. All these things happen in people's lives. I'm 54. Pressure. No, it wasn't. And I couldn't fathom that. Got a soul. Twaina man. Who are much, and what else did I want to tell you? And okay, akati wakola Research International. It wouldn't live up to the previous. I think because of his absence, away. I don't know what he did in America. I don't have that information. But he must have been there for some time because he talks about driving a car and being stopped by whatever, the police, and then things like that. That must have been in California, somewhere there. I'm not sure of what states. So, but that is what they call the passage of time. Things come and go. Kakati wanaona wakoledde in television and occasional appearances here and there. I don't know much about what else he's been doing, but of course, I think it's the Uganda Performing Arts, something like that. Simanyi organization yawe, I don't know, but I saw Andrew Benon Chibuka. Oyo naye mumanyi, senkuge siyasa na stories abenga bachatandika butandisi before they did this famous play Bibawo AIDS campaign 1989. People remember that? Do you remember that? Bakayimbira drama actors. Hey, you haven't seen. I tell you, Sirimu yali Kampala, yali mu Uganda. They are the ones who kind of came out and embraced this thing, and they said, "Do you know sensitizing? Museveni tobanechi, Museveni ngayabona na go na AIDS campaign eyo." It was a very, very tough terrain. Yes, very tough. Hello.
Hi.
How are you? Long time.
I know.
Yeah, you're looking good as well.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I have to come all the time.
Okay
If you
then.
don't see me, tell me off.
All right. Have a nice Sunday.
See, and you.
Okay. Kati njaba nyumiza emboozi. Museveni oyo gwe mulaba yakoze ebintu bingi. Naye olutalo lwa AIDS awareness batandika TASO, the AIDS Support Organization, akwataganya ne mukyala we bakoze USO. Zinali mu YMCA, YWCA, byonna nabiraba. Hey, I'm telling you, that's another story. Kakati yina template yabakayimbira. That is Alex Mukulu. Regurgitated. Alex Mukulu. Kyemba mbagamba nti omuntu abeera n'ekintu nekibeera woven mu birala. And it seems to appear that that's the right thing to do. And it was the right thing to do. The message had to go out. Brutal as it was. Ngamba AIDS, HIV AIDS, sirimu yali e Uganda, Rakai, Namutamba, yonna. You don't know these things. People don't know these things. So it's not like I'm making him up to be a hero, but I'm using my childhood memories to present what would be a figurine. He took what he was and redefined it to be what society should dwell on, minus the politics of the day. Era naye akyogera nti politicking, sijui ba elite, ba educated, baani bonna balwanagana na sijui the army, this, that is nonsensical. Bibeera nonsense. Kakati AIDS, if there wasn't a reference point of 30 years of bananas, how that play really captured, how would they have captured? Well, Uganda pretty much set the precedent in dealing with the AIDS scourge. Era Museveni n'awangulwa n'ebirabo, the president himself accolade bino alina babimwa bakayimbira. You watch this. I wish that play could be done into like a series, or it could have been done. People would have watched it and then they would know what I'm talking about. The same with Bakayimbira drama actors, their play. Senkubuge Siasa, Andrew Benon Chibuka. Who else? There are three. Matovu. Aloysius Joy Matovu. And he's battled his own battle with HIV. And people today just stigmatize him or the blah, 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 blah. They don't know. Then after that, they'll say, oh, rest in peace, oh, rest in peace. I would never know Pride Academy. Pride Theatre. Won't you get a Kampala parents were there? Kasole. My sisters used to study there. In the corner. Never call a Pride Academy. Somero. Never call a Pride Theatre. Olukatulina kati eri ku Battle Valley waliyo Theatre Excellencia ne Riverside Theatre. Mubijjukira ebintu ebyo. But anyway, guys, Alex Mukulu kunze alese lasting impression, a lasting legacy that cannot be replicated, not duplicated, replicate nti kizibu nnyo. But he set in motion so many things that guided a generation, and it's going to guide further generations. I wish people they have something to say. Generation mu 90s. Mwali mwina invitation mwakubanga kagira mu magenanga okuyimba bagendanga mu group naye nayisaamu ebibye abamuwadde ssente naye bwe byalinga wana ebyabayimbi bwe mujja okuyimba e London mujjira mu bintu ne musigala wano si mwe mwajja abasinga mbyogere KEGUS toboa file gwe wajjira mu YMCA nange najjira mu YMCA. Now in Uganda, that's how I come to the UK. YMCA one day again. I will not walk away with a new means, not even to be in Tamanya. So, but I think I might do part 2. Nyongero bawa information, you know. Yes. Chemba gamba nti ebiriwo right now bibadde mu bulamu we. Mbadde sibiri nakukulu kubanga sibiri Uganda. Zimbawadde byemabega. National Theatre nejjula. Mulaba Namasagali. The template. Namasagali was synonymous with taking over the National Theatre during the holidays with their plays and everything. Even Alex Mukulu. Namasagali School, Namasagali College, Kamuli. Always Richardio, I don't know. Is Namasagali still there?
Yeah, it was very.
Father Grimes.
And this one. This is.
I will never inspired. Inspired by him. So that's life, people. So we shall do a part 2, and then we continue far more. Intervene, twogedde ku babakayimbira drama actors, how they went in schools, omuzannyo ba Dr. Gundi Mungerena weri wali empererwe we yali abeera bingi nnyo. Taso Kakono General Patsi abawadde emmotoka bakoze mweka Uganda. Abantu bali kutya Namutamba omujuga jamaa agenda okunoonya ettaka ly'ogundi omuzeeyi oyo n'abba abantu Namutamba sirimu Rakai kati njaba bulira ebyaliwo yemutamanyi naye byali mu foreign policy y'amaanyi nnyo. Shock doctrine. Okay.